Home live. There we go. Make sure the sound is up. All right. Turn that back down. Chat. Make sure that's working. Oh, wait, let's get my computer up here. Hi, all. Yep, there we go. Make sure I get the luck. All right. I think I got some hearts going. Yay. Okay, cool. And always be the first one to like and subscribe. I already subscribed, so. All right, I'm going to try some new ones. This is an 005 XX3, so extra small, and an 001. And this is a Faber-Castell. Just got some new ones. So I'm going to see if we can fill this paper up and make it a little more noticeable. This is what I kind of did a little bit of work on it yesterday to kind of figure it out. But I have some stuff going on here. And we're just going to fill it in, and then I'll come in with some blues. I don't know if I'm going to do watercolor, or I got some new inks. Maybe I'll do some ink. Let's make sure I'm caught up to date. There we go. Make sure everybody can hear me. No one's in here yet, but that's fine. Oh, look at that square button. Don't worry. When I re-upload this, I am going to edit this whole part section out. All right. All right. Welcome, everybody, to my live. I started this yesterday, and I knew it was going to take me longer, so I decided I'm just going to keep doing a live every day until I get this thing finished, and then next week I'll start a new one next Sunday or Friday. I started it because I didn't have a video yesterday because I'm still working one, and I'm already like 3 hours in onto that video, and I probably got a couple more hours to do. I did this so far yesterday. I went out and bought me a couple new inks because I'm doing this all in ink. And kind of used it like watercolor and stuff, but I got some stuff with some fire on my crazy train. I wish I would have left this part open and put a squirrel down here, because I always mention this is my crazy squirrel train, and so it'd be kind of cool to have a squirrel trying to run out from the train. But this is the one I'm working on. Hopefully I'll get the video up. I'm going to do it like a full-on like how-to when you're drawing something brand new and you've never drawn it before, step by step type of thing. So it's gonna be a long video, and I got to figure out how to cut it down, but that's where I'm at so far. I'm gonna start working on the train itself, and then adding in some looks like wheat stalks or something like that. I have a picture of it somewhere, but I'll add that to it, so when that comes out, hopefully you guys will check that out. But right now we're going to be doing this one right here. This is just a tangle because I needed something that was a little brainless and a little meditative. So if you're needing a little meditation or you're having a stressful day, Zentangles are a great way to kind of relax and refocus your brain. So thank you everybody who's popping in and popping out, and let's get started on this. It's just a whole mess of stuff going on in here, and we're just kind of doing different. This one almost looks like tissue. It would probably been cool if I did this in black and red. It's probably pretty cool. Here I'm doing some little light tangle, and then I'm actually putting lines through it afterwards, kind of shading it in so you can kind of see some of them. And we're just going to see what it ends up looking like at the very end of it. So if you want something to listen to some beautiful words afterward, then come in and join the painful life, because I can be quite painful. If you are an artist, let me know what type of stuff you like to do, or if you're just a doodler out there, or you're just kind of learning, or if you like watching lives just because they're fun to do, and what type of lives do you actually enjoy doing. If you have a channel, let me know, put it in the comments, and I will most definitely try to check it out. This is who came on yesterday, was Art Baluna and Barker Animations. Checked out some of his stuff, and it's not quite my style, but hey, Barbie 2007, Batty 2017. I cannot read. Thank you. I am actually enjoying. I started drawing about 5 or 6 months ago, so my most talent I had before was probably drawing stick figures, and they looked kind of fugly either too as well. So, yeah, we're gonna just do a little Zen tangle and a little meditation. I wish I should have put some music on here, but every time I try to do that, I end up Xing myself out. I might be able to use another tab. See if I can get some music from my studio. Actually, this has some studio. See if I can get. I forgot to cancel out my thingy. Let's see if we can get some music going. Where's my favorites? Start. Something that has a little drifting. Have an echo. That's the only thing I don't like about this. All right. See if that works. Anyways, let's get started. Let me know if there's an echo. If there's an echo, I'll just turn down the music and I'll just add it to it after the fact. I think there is a bit of an echo. Anyways, let's get started. Usually I just kind of line it a little bit and then, well, this is a new pen, so this is very dark. I don't know if I want to go back to my 05 because they're a little more, I don't have as dark. I can do this for some of the detail work. I'm just going to put a little bit of circles. And put a little bit of a this is kind of good for the smaller areas actually. Do a little couple. Yeah, I don't think that music is gonna do it. Let me turn off the music. I did it last time. I don't know how I did it. Anyways, there we go. And then I'm just kind of just doing some light strokes in here, filling it in, and then actually I'm going to use this one. It's good for detail work. Make sure I don't let that dry out, but I want it kind of scratchy. And this is almost, I need to add more. Those kind of look like some stuff you don't want to show online, so I had to kind of X them out a little bit. I started drawing it. Luckily, you can't see it because it's too far away, but it looked like I was showing some family jewels there, and I don't think you need to see that online. You ever do that? Start drawing stuff, and then you look at it, and you're like, what the world? Okay, I don't know what I did yesterday, but add some up here. And then let's just do some random little squiggles. Since this is very, I wonder if I can add some little I wonder if the other one will work a little better. Let's see. We'll just, I want to fill all this stuff in. This is going to probably take me a couple days. So just kind of hop in and hop out and see where I'm at. And just doing some very light, and then coming in here with some very light, scratchy type of things. Now, if you're having a stressful day, or you've been studying way too hard and your brain is fried, some of these Zen tangles are, or even just plain old tangles, are always a good way to let your mind get a little less stressed. Especially right before bed, I find it really helps me turn off my brain because I have ADHD, and my brain will go on a freaking journey sometimes. So I do find doing stuff like this that is different each time you do it, and yet you can be doing the same type of stuff. It frees your mind a little bit, not to get all foo-foo on you. It's a mind-freeing experience and that type of stuff. No, it's just very pleasing to do, especially and it can take time to do it, especially with some of these ones are also very fun to do, are the little tangles, where you just do the lines and just do a squiggle, squiggle, squiggle. This one I put a little heart on it, and this has some, I think this is pastel. And then you just kind of connect anywhere they have connections. You just kind of round it off, and if you screw up, you just put a little swirl on it. It's very, very very nice to do. So I kind of like doing some of these little Zen tangles. These are the different types of things you can do for Zen tangles. And you just kind of do what you like and then see what it kind of turns out to looking like. This is my last one I did. I actually did a tree of life in here. And if you notice, half of the tree of life is dead. And the other half has some beautiful, flowers and stuff on it. And then it kind of goes into a normal kind of Zen tangle once the roots leave the tree. It's kind of really, really cool. And I'll see if you can get a better shot of this thing. And then I have just some pencil ones and some little hearts and everything like that. But yeah, I love Zentangle. You can do all kinds of, I need to finish this page off. I have a little bunny. And then some of the other types of stuff that I've done. Other Zentangles are also very nice to do. And each one is slightly different. You can add color. You don't have to add color. You can see some really kind of, each one's different, and it really helps your brain unwind. And then, of course, I did the one with the... Now, if you want something to take you a long time to do, do Steppling. This thing took me like 2 weeks to do. And the bottom part is like, it was a picture from Thanksgiving Point. And I just did some nice, made them kind of clear with a little bit of watercolor. And then the background was fuzzed out. So I decided to use stippling because I've never tried it before. My God, it took forever. It turned out really nice. I enjoyed it. But my God, it took forever. And so today I wanted something that was a little more brainless and just very pleasing to do. So that's why I'm doing a little Zentangle. And let's see, I'm going to actually do a little, let's get the other pen. I'm going to do a little, I don't know, these always look like something you'd see out of Doctor Who. You have the little lines coming up here. And then you just kind of fill it in, and then a little line coming over here, and then you fill it in, and a little line, and a little line. And you just kind of do any type of tangles, and then you just kind of fill it in. And just wherever your brain is going to lead you. And then I come back. I don't know if you can see that. This is kind of hard to see in my thing, but I just did some little looks like mushroom looking things. And then I'm just going to come in here and kind of scratch over it. So you kind of have a vague showing of it. And these are like really tiny, so it's hard to see. But I always kind of darken the bottom, darken the top a little bit. And kind of fill in some of these where it's a little bit more. And then you just very lightly. Now you don't have to do these little scratches. You can just fill them in fully with black. But there's just all different ways that you can do these kind of Zentangles. I saw this was actually from Miss Betsy, YouTube, MISS, then Betsy, BETSIE or something like that. She also has an Instagram, but this is where I kind of got this idea for us. So go check her out. She hasn't actually been adding anything for the last couple months, so hopefully she's doing all right. I'm going to do another one on this side going on the opposite direction. And then you just kind of do a thingy. I know you're like going, why are you filling these in with the dark colors. Isn't that kind of a waste? Possibly. But you don't know what it looks like until you try it. You can always say, hey, you know what? That was an interesting project, and I'm not going to do it that way again. Because I made it really harder than I really needed to. I've done that many a times where you start doing something and you're like, you know, this is going to be an awesome project. And then you end up doing some stippling, and then you're like wondering why, 3 or 4 days later when you've only gotten this little tiny bit done. And you're going, why did I even think that was a good idea? But then you get it done, you're like, that's awesome. If you're new to my channel, or you're just hopping in and hopping out, thank you, everyone. Maybe write down, this is 6, 7, no, I'm going to get a new piece of paper. Write down whoever came in so I can give a little thank you on it. Batty 2017. No, thank you for coming in. Here we go. I should just see if I can get a little better view on this thing. See if that looks a little better. There we go. Not so far away so people can actually see what I'm doing. Yeah, I just did a drawing and then now I'm scratching through it. You can add a little shadow to it if you want. You can also add a little shadow to this side, and then you're scratching through it all, darkening it up. That way people at first glance, they don't realize there's actually little pictures in each of these little things, or little tiny designs. So it's kind of like a design within a design. So this one, I'm going to do it this one so you can kind of see before I put the darker. And then I'm going to come in here and put like shadows on these and try to make these little, whatever the hell they are, 3D. But this one, I'm just going to do some plain old circles. And then just do some little whoop-de-loopters. You don't even really have to have much of a pattern. You don't even have to fill up the whole thing. Fill in the little bit blown down here. This is called the tangle. We got a little more little design there going. A little tiny thingy, and we'll fill in some around the rocks a little bit. I'm going to put them in the areas I'm going to have the darker shadowing, like over here I have the darker areas over here and here. So around these rocks I might even just put little designs in them. You can go as detailed or tiny as you want. Or you can keep them all like this. This actually looks pretty cool. Like I said, this would have really been cool if it's done in red. But I didn't have any red at the time. And that way it kind of look like muscle, and this would look like, veins and stuff. So if you're into more it kind of looks very organic, almost like some of those mushrooms and stuff that you see. And then we'll just kind of do some of that. And then, oops, we're gonna have some darker over here as well. I'm gonna turn this a little bit so I can think, and I'll turn this a little bit so I can get going. Make sure you don't make it harder for you than you absolutely have to. I also have some white ink that I just got. So if I go over the lines, make sure you don't go over the lines. Who cares? They have stuff for that. And then you can kind of now this isn't specifically a Zen like tangle because they're usually like 3" by 3". They're very small. But some days you just want something big to fill up a whole picture. So you can always come over here and add a little bit of shadow to some of these. So people can, so they kind of pop a little bit, even within all the scratches. Oh, make sure I close these so I don't dry them out. Holly, remember, remember, remember. These ones, since they're so small, I'm just going to use this little tiny one. And use some nice light scratching. Okay. I have so much stuff going on here. I don't know where it belongs. I think this is another. I'm actually kind of using dots a little bit here around the edges if there's a whole lot of area. And I'm just kind of lifting up off the page as I go. So instead of doing one full line, I'm actually kind of lifting up and then just lightly scratching it. Which will kind of help me so I don't death grip these stain pens, especially with these because they're so fine. I've ruined so many pens of these really fine pens by doing death grips. This is another way for you to kind of help with some of your line work too. For shadowing. I do find, actually, since I've been doing a lot of Zentangle, I find it's really helped me with my line work and some of the other pictures. For shadows and stuff like that. Just though, kind of lifting it up. Starting and lifting it up and then coming in from the other side. So you have a little bit of the lighter in the center. Scratch, 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 scratch. There's so many different ways to do art. Oh, my neck hurts. Now tomorrow I'll probably end up doing the same thing. Might just do some little circles. And do some things coming up. Some of the repeating type of things. Fill in some of the dark spaces. And do. It's kind of interesting. And then this won't be really good for some of those just straight lines. And then we fill that in and then I'm getting really absorbed in this thing. I need to remember to talk every once in a while. Or do that. It's like one thing about doing lives is when you're doing art, you get so focused on what you're doing, you forget there's an audience. Oh, I have a freaking fly that's bugging me. Okay, that's a thing going in there, so this one is going in there. And I need make sure. Some of these almost look like animal print. Gonna darken it up. This is actually a pretty good one to do when you got some ink in your thing that's not, it's a little dried out a bit. Actually, I just refilled this one, but you can do some of the shadowing underneath it as well. Then come back with, oops, make sure you put that in there. All right, let's make sure I have this over here and kind of give a little bit of outline to some of these. But I still want it to be somewhat scratchy, because it would look really odd if everything was clear and then one was scratchy, or all of them was scratchy but one was clear. Words. Reverse that, please. All right. That almost looks like a ghost screaming. I don't know if you can see that, but it kind of looks like a ghost screaming in that little tiny one. All right, give me some water. And of course, I wasn't even showing it at the spot. I guess I could look on my phone. Never mind. And we're moving on. And have this one kind of follow this. And then gotta get it a little dark. Oh, my eyes are playing tricks on me. And just have them all kind of scratching in the same direction. So you can get a better view. There we go. Make sure as I'm actually filming what I'm using. Let's see. I don't know why I have that line there. Anyways. And doing some this one I might actually just fill in fully. Why not? Make it a little darker down here. A little darker over here. Wee. And then and this one I'll just do some oh. Where's this thing? Does my oh, come on. I'll still, yeah, still alive. There we go. Must have pushed a button. All right. So I'm just gonna do kind of normal. Rabbit's doing a slide. I should just bring my dates. Actually, that kind of looks like there's something in there. Do, 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 do. I don't know why I picked this Zen tangle, because now this is going to take forever. You ever start a project and you're like going, this is going to be awesome. Then you get halfway through and like, God, this is taking forever. I have my rabbit doing something in the background. She's like running everywhere. Get some. I gotta figure out where all this. Doing this so tiny I can't even see what I'm doing half the time. You need a magnifying glass. So how's y'all Saturday going? You're doing pretty good out there? Just having a lazy day? Very light strokes over here. This one's out there, forever young. I'll try to keep those somewhat light. Don't want to darken that one too much so it can still kind of see what's going on in there. Alright, that's looking kind of cool. Let's see if I can kind of get this up a little bit more to get the next section. There we go. That's actually looking kind of cool. if I do say so myself, which I do. Get some normal. I might just kind of put some strings in here. Those are kind of cool. You can just kind of just do some light here and there. Then give a little bit extra darkness to areas that you like. Kind of look like strings, and you can bend some going one way and then the other, and then having some coming in that way. So it actually kind of looks like muscle. I'm gonna have this one kind of going off in this direction. And just very lightly scratching it. And then kind of get some darker on the top. Pulling some of that, following some of the directions that you've already put in. So you can kind of see where that one's starting off at. Make sure you can actually see it. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. But yeah, kind of see, almost looks like grass or something, or mussels. And then you just kind of fill in, get some darker areas. Being on the size of your pen, I like to have a little dark on the top and the bottom. Just take your time. Kind of looks a little bit like a mussel or flowers or whatever. You can also go in different directions. Have them kind of come in between it. So this way you can kind of have one coming up and one coming down. A little darker on the top, fading. A little darker on the bottom. So yeah, you can do these any ways to make any type of design. You don't actually have to put all the little designs in it. You can just do whatever you want. Any type of direction. You can have them meet. A little extra darkness here and there. And then just kind of run through the whole thing. Shading where you need it. Just kind of lifting up. After, you can even do some dots if you're having trouble with the top. Especially with these ones, these are kind of nice size. I have a 10 somewhere. You could probably do some dots in here too. That would take forever, but maybe one of these smaller ones. Let's see if we can get a little bit of a design thing going here. That's one thing about this, if you get bored with one way, you can do something else and just try, and then, you know, you're kind of darkening it anyways. So it's a way to try some new tangles. And still have them in there and for ideas. But you're still kind of darkening the whole thing out. So you still have the little tangles in there. But they're not highly focused either. So we can do some ones that kind of circle. Those ones are always popular. Do some dots in there and do some other circle over here. I'm not sure how this will turn out. And do some circles. And then do some other circles in here. Do some of the stereotypical tangles. I'm going to do some dots around the edges. And near the tops. And just kind of, you can actually do it in a circle. So I might need to tilt this a little bit. So let's tilt this a little bit so I can get the right angle going. See if that works any better. Not so much. I'm probably just going to continue going in one direction because it looks odd. You can do some of it. I might have to try that with a bigger one because it might work, but it's harder to do when it's that tiny. Still, it does have some circles that you can see a little bit. There's my white out. I went a little bit too excited on that one. There we go. Here we go. Stupid fly, get out of my way. I'm just gonna connect. I need to get me another. I have to borrow my dad's phone and play some music. Get my app on it. It's too quiet. I am trying to get some music on some of these. So after they've been uploaded a day or two, they might have some music on it. Da-da-na-na. I need to get something in here for the flies. Freaking cats are not doing their job. It's like, what's the point of having cats if they're not going to catch the flies? That's their job. Right? Some in here and then. Oh, that thing is die-bombing me. I'm going to start calling him George. George the fly. Don't know why. I just feel like calling him George. Almost got the whole bottom one done. That's neat. Okay, got some circles down there. I might put some circles up here. Maybe a couple little thingies. Get some a little bit darker areas in some of them. And then scratch it up. Stop shaking. Where's that thin one? I'm gonna. A calm live with no brain rot. Oh yeah, no screaming. Or just weird stuff. Hey, I like me a little brain rot every once in a while, but some days you just need something to kind of swing through and to think, oh, that's cool looking. Like 5 minutes and then swipe to the next one. Hopefully it'll slow you down a little bit. Random. Yes, most definitely. I got enough brain rot during the day. Oh, that looks weird. I have no idea what I just made there. Oh well. Rahim Shak. I am going to slaughter your name. I'm so sorry. Thank you. Is it Rahim? Or is that one word? Rahim Shark Boy? Shark Boy. Oh, do you got a YouTube channel? Or you just like do it, checking out all the lives? My brain will read one thing and then my mouth will say something entirely different. Rahim Shark Boy. Even when you pronounce it, I can't say it right. You just vibing. That's cool. I'm dyslexic, and I'm also have ADHD, so my brain will read the first part of the word and the last part of the word and then just make up shit in between it. So I'm lucky if I even get part of a name right, and then I can never remember what I just said if I do get it right. Ra. Okay, I'll call you. Erfine is that's either they usually call me Payne. Or Holly. Do you like doing art? You're artistic? What? Artistic. Are you artistic and autistic? Usually both. One of my best friends online, she's a major gamer. She's also autistic. That's how she told me to go see a doctor because she thought I had some issues. That's good when your autistic friend says, you might want to see a doctor about that. So I went and saw a doctor, and he's got me some ADHD medic. I get a try out for the first time, and I'm 47. It's nothing like getting diagnosed later in life and realizing, hey, is this what normal people feel like? Yes, it is. When you're normal, everything is normal, everything is calm, everything makes sense. But when you're ADHD or autistic, nothing makes sense, and yet it's always more entertaining. You're a teenager? Well, welcome to the painful life. I appreciate any type of viewers. Just make sure you don't put any information in any of the things. We don't want any. There are some weirdos out there, so no specific information then if you're underage. Just vibe. Make sure you like and subscribe. Yeah, I love doing Zen tangles. Whoops. It really helps my brain relax. Oh. Probably. I don't have a whole lot of subscribers, but a lot of people's been popping in and popping out. A lot of them, sometimes they watch on TVs, and so they can't really put anything in the text, or they might be a different language, so they don't really put anything in there. But even if they just put a heart or a smiley face, I think that's awesome. It's always nice to have someone to talk to. I'm underrated. I'm freaking fabulous. I started doing drawing about 5 or 6 months ago, and I really enjoy the Zen tangles. This is some of the heart stuffs. And trying to learn how to do calligraphy, well, some mushrooms, and just gradually getting a little better each time. Oh, I have that on Zoom. Didn't even realize that. But yeah, just a little time and just learning, and that's what I've been doing these last 3 months. Doing some little this and little that. I'm just gradually improving as I go. You like mushrooms? These are I was thinking of like doing some like kids stuff. I got a chicken. Oh, that's one I need to work on. I don't know. I had some mushrooms in here somewhere. It was like some of my first attempts. Yeah, I still haven't finished them. I was thinking of doing a Zen tangle on these guys. I'm going to have to do a finish it Friday type of thing. But yeah, so get some bunnies and some birds. Got some buildings. Some more Zen tangle. This thing took me like days to do. I'm a school bus driver. And I do a lot of these in between picking up and dropping off kids. And so I got my Cheshire cat. He stole the leprechaun's gold. And then my whatever that is. This was over at Thanksgiving Point. It has a gazzobi words. it was like fuzzed out on the back. So this was my first attempt doing stippling. I turned out pretty good. That thing took weeks to do. And then some more Zentangle. Here's some cute faces for you. Some bunnies. I got a little puppy. This was actually all freehand. No sketching, just straight up ink. And then a little gerbil bunny thingy. But yeah, I've been doing this like 3 or 4, like a couple hours every day for like 3 or 4 months. And you'd be amazed at how much you can improve. You just kind of realize what ones you suck at. And then you go try the videos. Oh, I need to finish that. And then back to my Zentangle. Wanted to be an artist when I'm older. I have no idea what artist I want to be, though. Oh, their handwriting is... Yeah, I'm working on calligraphy as well. My calligraphy is... I actually have it quill and ink. I have a little quill, and I got a lot of different types of inks and stuff. This is actually a poem I'm working on. This is called Whispers of New Beginnings. This is actually a big poem, but I haven't finished it because I got sidetracked. Can you say ADHD? Hey, Sin, how you doing? Glad you came in and caught us. How's your Saturday going? Oops, sorry. This is the one I'm working on, a little Zentangle. Sin, she's a budgeter. She has an awesome channel as well. Ra's been out here keeping me occupied. I've been showing some of my art. Hey, I can't even pronounce it. Some of my calligraphy thingies I was calling cography, and I'm like, I kept saying calligraphy, like I'm wearing clogs, and it's just, yeah, it was my words don't word half the time. See if I can get kind of zoomed in here a little bit. So how's your Saturday going, Sin? Are you doing some videos here soon or anything? Yeah, half the time I can't even understand half the stuff that comes on my mouth until like 3 minutes later, and I'm like, what did I just say? Practice. The drawings are looking better. Yeah, I would never have thought about 5 or 6 months ago how well I have improved by just doing an hour here, half hour there. The Zentangle has actually helped a lot with my my line work. I was actually surprised, because I never even knew I could actually go and do the... Oh, there's Scotty. But do some ink drawings without doing sketches first. Where's the one I'm working on right now? I'll have a video out probably in a couple... in a week or so. But actually, this is painted with ink, like calligraphy ink, and so this is the first time I actually drew a train. This is my crazy train. I'm kind of trying to redo a intro, and so I decided to do this is a video showing how I approach doing a new project that I have not had any experience with, which is a train. And actually painting it. I actually have a friend, his name is Andre, and he's an oil painting, and I'm doing some work right now where I'm going to come up with some videos, and we're going to do kind of a collab together. He's been doing oil paintings for 50 years. And he's been doing oil paintings. He went to school in the 70s and has that much experience. And so he's going to kind of, someone who's a brand new newbie who's never done any oil painting or anything, kind of a step-by-step how to get what, if you're on a budget and stuff, and it'll be like noob versus master type of thing. But it's kind of cool. I wish I would have left a spot here to put a squirrel on here, because I always talk about living on the crazy squirrel train. And let's see if I can get the full picture. But I still got some more work to do on the train itself. But yeah, that's one of the pictures I am working on. But yeah, so I'm just trying to get a little bit, every day to get a little bit better and finding out what type of stuff I am interested in. I really enjoy doing the ink work, working with inks and quills and stuff like that. I think it's very relaxing to do, especially the Zentangle stuff. And well, but anyways, what are you working on? Are you doing any new challenges for your budgeting channel? Anything coming out for like Christmas in July. I've been wanting to do some Christmas in July, but I've just been so busy with all the other stuff. I might have to do some, but having it set up for next year type of thing, because this year is just, I have so many projects and I just want to make sure I get some of those projects done. I watched a couple of your videos this week when I'm getting into it, but it's just been kind of, when you're a YouTuber and you want to be active on other people's channels, it's so hard to stay in touch with some of the people, especially if, with you being a budgeter and me changing into art, it's really hard to stay connected. And I always feel like I'm bad, and it's always awesome when I see people from the budgeting community hop in there and say hi and stuff. And you're probably one of the most active people that help other people. I think it's freaking awesome. You went on vacation and got sick, so now I'm getting back to this. Every time you go on vacation, I swear, you go and have a great time, and the minute you come back, you're sick, and then you have to go to work. Now, what is it you do for a living? Is it just the budgeting channel? Are you kind of going full time on that, or you actually do some other stuff as well? I never really know what you do. I'm sure you said something like that, because you have like 100,000 freaking videos by now, I swear. Every time I turn around, you have a video. Do you batch film? I'm hoping you do, because that would make me so tired, because I know when I did the batch filming, I wasn't able to really do anything on this channel because of it. The life of a YouTuber. If you ever decide to be a YouTuber, it's a lot of work. Oh, okay. Okay, so you work at a blood, but I've never done blood. Yeah, I've actually dropped a couple people off when I'm Ubering at the blood banks, but I hate needles. Yet I'm pretty good with doing them, and I have good veins. And I know you can make some really good money doing it. It's just, I'm a wuss. You do a week worth of videos, like in one sitting? Now you just kind of record them and then upload them, right? You don't do a whole lot of editing on them. I don't have that up there. It always shows something else. Thank you for all the hearts. Is that you, Ra? I appreciate all the loves. Let's see if I can get some extra lines in here. I know a lot of times I'll go in there and just whenever we're watching someone on YouTube, and then I wait for somebody else to do the same amount, and then it's like 1, 2, 3, smiley face, 1, 2, 3, smiley face, just to see if they match. I get amused easily. I don't know what I did there. Where's my whiteout? I like this pen a lot better. Then I need to come up with some ideas for some budgeting channels. Maybe I'll do some budgeting thingies on like Sundays, and then I'll just upload them to my account, and that way people can download them and use them as needed. Because I need some other ideas for Sundays that are not so time. This takes forever. Like I did an hour and a half yesterday, and I'm still doing this one. I don't know how long I've been on this one, but long enough. So I need some ideas for some Sunday challenges. Maybe I can just do Sunday live challenges where I'm actually making the challenges live, and then do like 3 of the 3x6 type of ones, or one of the big ones. I just need some ideas for them that I can do them live. Then I can upload them to my the freak is it called? My brain just stalled. I need some more coffee. Sin, can you go out and give me some coffee? just have some of the budgeters give some ideas for stuff and send it out my way, and I can do some lives on Sundays. Ko-fi, yeah, Ko-fi. I need to do a Ko-fi account. Is it hard doing Ko-fi? But also the ones through Google Drive. I have Google Drive, but I wouldn't mind doing Ko-fi. That way, if people want to donate money, they can. If not, just have them free type of stuff. Because I still want to do stuff for my budgeting channel, even though if I'm not actually uploading budgeting channels. If you know any videos that kind of talk about it, put it in one of my I have my Pynn Fool 76 email through one of my descriptions. I would love that information if you know a good channel that has it. Or if you know it from the top of your head. I'm going to draw one of those little... Oh, I should do a crabby. With those big eyes. Do I have a big one? Do a crabby up here. See if I can do a crabby. Oh, he just looks kind of like a crabby. I'm going to do those things. I'm like, ooh, he looks like a crabby from SpongeBob. One of those SpongeBob crabby, whatever things. I'd need a bigger one. Actually, I haven't drawn a crab. I'll have to do that one of these days. I have a project in the future I want to do. I want to do a camel and stippling from one of my zoos. The camel was actually lined up with the name of the zoo. It's like Hogel Zoo, and the two little antlers is right where it has the two O's on it. And so I want to do that in stippling, and then do some of the other animals that they actually have at the zoo that are actually, they have pictures of some of the zoo animals, lions and stuff, and then do a big old collage, and then maybe take it up to the zoo and give it to them. So I went there with a bunch of my... If you want a really good time, take a busload of kindergartners to the zoo with about 30 other buses full of kindergartners, and then go into the zoo and just watch them run amok. Totally good time. I'm saying that sarcastically. Can't think of one, but I'll send it to you. Okay, hey, thanks, Sin. I'm going to bed now because it's getting late for me. Good night, both of you. This has been fun. Hey, thanks, Ra. I appreciate you stopping by and making the last of my night or day. Well, your night probably. Mine's still kind of early-ish day. It's been wonderful. Oh, let me write your name down so I can put it in my thingies as a thank you for people who stopped by, and it was awesome. Rahim Shark Boy. I'm solely gonna call you Shark Boy, I swear. I know that's not how you say it, but my brain's saying Shark Boy. Raw Shark Boy. Okay, sorry. I need more coffee or something. I have awesome Shark Boy. Make sure you like and subscribe. Night. Budget. Make sure I put that in the description later on when I re-upload this thing. Oh God. I'm gonna do it. I am probably gonna do this tomorrow as well, because I'm getting a little punch drunk right now. I've been up. I stayed up too late, and then I couldn't sleep, and then I had to get up at 6, and then I have the therapy at 11, and then I have to go Ubering tonight. So I think I should probably get my butt done. I have some other stuff to do. So thank you, everybody. I'm going to end it on a good note. Thank you, Sin. Thank you, Ra. I appreciate it. And you guys have a wonderful Sunday night. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate everyone. So we'll see you next time. Love y'all. The poem vanishes into the air after making a cup of tea. This poet vanishes into... I have a poem. Next time I'll have to read you a poem next time you get on, all right? I'll talk to you guys later. Love you all. Bye. Toodles.